vote. It was illegal. Because under an ordinance, a mayor cannot cast a vote, a tie vote. I got it right here, baby. I got it. But let me go back to this. Mayor Beckwith did not create this $73,500 salary. I have looked and looked and looked. I can't find an ordinance yet when this salary went to $73,500. I've been up here every day, haven't I, Jail? I've been up here every day. Mayor, Attorney County been here. I can't find an ordinance to tell me that. So what year did the salaries go up to $73,500? I came to your office, Miss Yvonne, you were there, and Mr. Pritchard said, I look like I know what you're looking for. I said, where is the ordinance that says that? Where is the ordinance that says the salary, which is, and it has to be an ordinance, and the people have to vote, the council has to vote upon for it to be effective. But I can't find one. I can't find one nowhere.
So if you're not getting this information, why aren't you cutting that salary instead of the mayor's? If there's a problem with your money man, why aren't you cutting his salary?
Because the council has to.
Let me finish, Ms. Yvonne.
You guys took this off of it when it was on.
You, if you can't be quiet, let me finish, and then you can ask me any question you want to.
All right. I'm sorry. I will wait.
And that's why Mayor Beckwith came here with the $73,000. Because he was under the impression that's what the salary is supposed to have been, which it wasn't. It's supposed to have been $40,000. I got that ordinance also. I also have the ordinance for the travel was $500 allowance for the mayor. It never changed from 2005. I got that today. I was looking for it and I finally got it today. So when you say that Ms. Hayden is out here trying to take Mr. Branch's salary, it's not about Mr. Branch. It's about the salary of the mayor, whomever it may be. The city is in trouble, people. The city is in trouble financially. Because as I began to read a little more, I found out that we are, with our debt services, we're in trouble. We have not been paying our bills on time. Wow. Now, if we got so much money, how come the bills not paid time? I got audit reports. I went all the way back to 2002 and pulled audit reports. I've been doing my homework. And some of the same findings today was there 2008. And it's in this, do y'all have your audit report with y'all? Oh, okay, they don't have it. I have mine, the audit report for 2013. Some of the same findings. But you got a firm that you pay. How much money we paying to firm jail?
$30,000.
$30,000 to come in here to make sure all of this is right. But it's not. None of this has been corrected.
Oh, it has. Come on.
I said about the bill.
I mean, it's perfectly well for you to state your opinion. That's your right.
Jerry.
But you're not stating fact. I'm
Jerry.
sorry. I'm sorry. You're not stating fact.
Would anyone want to see the
There are some repeat findings, but not. This year we had about a third of what we had the year before.
It's audit report for 2013.
Yeah.
Look at
And there
it.
are some findings on it.
Okay,
Of
some of the
course there are.
same findings that's been there since
But not
2008,
nearly,
and they are
but most of
highlighted.
them.
Some of them are highlighted to let you know they've been there since
But
2008.
yeah, that's true. But most of it's a lot less than there were. A lot less.
Mainly about money in the city of Tallulah. Those findings should have been corrected when we had a firm $30,000 to come in here to assist him. We have two other ladies up there that work. I don't know to this day if one of them, are you still doing banks?
No.
Okay, thank you. He said he's no longer doing it, but that's in the audit report for 2013. You can reconcile your own banks, but for a city, there should be somebody going behind you. I may not be using the right terminology, but that's what I feel about them.
At the time I was doing it, there was no one else to do it, so I had to do it.
You have Vanessa been here just as long as you've been here, Edna been here.
It's not easy
But don't say no
reconciling
one was here, Priscilla was here. We've had people here that
I
could
was
do
doing
it, or
it
you could
because I had to
train people to do it.
It's no longer an
But-
issue, but I did it because I had to do it.
Okay. Back to what I'm saying. Now down to leading the charge against Mayor-elect Branch. That's not true. I can only cast one vote. First off, it's not Mayor Branch's salary. It is elected mayor's salary, whoever it may be. Since 2004, I have been interested in reducing the salary because the city has no jobs, no industry. People are out of work in Tallulah. We have the railroad, we have the interstate, we have surrounding water, but we have no jobs for our people. That is the purpose of the travel allowance for the mayor, for him to go out, seek, and to find industries and jobs for the people of Tallulah. They keep saying, I'm taking Mr. Branch's check. How can I take Mr. Branch's check when he has never received a check? How can I be taking his check? Mayor Branch has spoke to me about that. After I was in Atlanta, Georgia with my brother when they had a forum here. We were in Atlanta, Georgia. I called Mayor Branch and I asked him, did he have a problem with the reduction in his salary? I wish he was here. I really do. And he told me, Ms. Hayden, I don't have a problem because it's not about the money. He said, and I did say at the forum that I would take a reduction in salary if it was allocated to the police department. Being allocated to the police department, I agree with him because I said from get-go, if the salary was cut, that is where I would want the money to go, to the police department. Because they are at $8.50 an hour and you walking out there and somebody blow your brains out. You know, that don't sound too good. At $8.50 an hour, their salaries need to be increased. I have been fighting for the police department for 12 years. Am I lying, Chief Bond? I've been fighting for the police department to make sure they had everything that they needed. There were times the police department didn't even have supplies, toilet tissue. And I'm not lying, people. There were a lot of things that the police department did not have. I was fighting for them to make sure they got it. They didn't have it because when they didn't have it. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. Because
It wasn't in the budget.
Get real. What a ridiculous thing.
Chief Bond is sitting here. Chief Bond is sitting here. He know I'm not lying.
But if it wasn't back there, it was just a matter of going into the storeroom to get it.
Why should it be in no storeroom when they got a storeroom too?
Why are we talking about toilet paper?
Well, we gonna talk about everything. Just hold on.
We're talking about toilet paper.
It is apparent to me that the salary of the mayor, it's not about Mr. Branch's salary, people. There are people, we have two people that works for the city of Tallulah, make $60,000 a year. That's what this is about. They are so concerned that if their salaries are cut, Mayor Branch gonna cut their salary too. Now that's what this is about. Because Mr. Branch is not saying anything. And Mr. Branch has had an opportunity to come before the council. Mr. Branch has had the opportunity to call me, or Mr. Watson, or even Mayor Beckwood sitting here. He hadn't said anything. But it's about two salaries. The clerks and the city superintendent make $60,000 a year. And I have been searching and looking and trying to find out when was that ordinance passed for them to receive that money. The only thing that my man tells me, and I could be wrong, is when the city of Tallulah took People's Water Company. When they took People's Water Company, that's when the money started flowing into the city of Tallulah. My mind tells me that's when the raises went in place. I could be wrong. I want to be proven wrong. But until you show it to me in black and white, I'm going to continue to say it was taken when they bought the water company with the assistant of Mr. Samuel Thomas. And I told him today I was going to call his name. So you don't have to go back and tell him I called his name because I told him on the telephone I was going to call his name. I said, because you were the attorney. And you helped him get the water company, which was good. I said, Mr. Odom said, you made a whole lot of money off of it. And he said, I sure did. But I'm laying, you know what you told me, Jerry? Oh, yeah.
Believe me, we had several attorneys that well lined their pockets on that.
You know, I still said to Mr. Odom, please show me the ordinance. Please show me the ordinance, Jill, where the salary, when you got your raise.
It's right here.
Find it, baby. I've been looking.
Attorney Cannon has it right there.
Attorney Cannon, you have the ordinance. Who approved the ordinance for them to receive? I'm not talking about Mayor Beckwood now. I'm talking about prior to Mayor Beckwood. I'm not talking about Mayor Beckwood.
It was all on one.
No, baby, no, baby. No, this was prior. It had to be jail because right here, I just read to you, Mayor Lindsay was receiving it. So where's the ordinance for this?
It was a budget ordinance. See,
Oh,
all budgets
Oh,
are.
wait a minute, that's right.
It's pointless to argue.
That's right,
It
that's
was a
right.
budget
That's
ordinance.
right, because you told me this also. You told me in order for the council to receive the $1,000 a month, that you put it in the budget.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand it. And you told me.
I did
Wait a
say
minute.
that.
Oh, I got what you said.
I don't see the
Wait a
problem.
minute,
You're
wait a
twisting
minute.
words.
No, my car's on the table tonight. You told me you plugged it into the budget. They didn't even know it was plugged into the budget. And I said, what you?
Plugged into the budget.
I said, what you? I said, you mean that you bribed them? And you said no. But I got a witness, and a witness is sitting up in here now that you said it to me because I had you on speaker.
Well, I told you how it all exactly.
You told me that you put it. You told me that you put it in the budget, and the council didn't even know it.
Oh, come on, they knew it too. Ask them.
Gerald, you told me.
I did not, I did not. I did not tell you. Everything you're saying.
I have a witness, Mr. If I have to go to court, people, what I'm telling you all today, I can repeat it. What I'm telling you now,
There is an
this
ordinance
is
setting my salary, Gloria. There is an
this
ordinance.
is business. This is business, Gerald. I keep asking you, show me the ordinance prior to Mayor Beckwood taking the seat as mayor of the city of Tallulah, where the salary was $73,000.
Attorney Cannon can explain it to you.
Okay, well, this goes back to 2000, well, you done turned in 2004. No, you were not. Okay. Okay, well, he said you can explain it to me, so you in order to explain it to me, he would have to be the attorney, am I correct? So he would have been the one to write the ordinance.
He reviewed all the documents this morning.
Well, I'm not gonna get your time. And if you all tired of listening to me, you ain't gotta sit here.
Keep going.
Because see, I wanna clear my name. I'm clearing my name because it's been said that I'm leading the charge against Mr. Branch. I'm not leading the charge against Mr. Branch. Also, you told me when you all went to court, you tried to get retroactive pay, and they wouldn't give that to you. When you went to court with not with us, but with the other council about them reducing your salary. When the previous council came in, they came in with the salaries that we had set forth, correct? And you got angry. According to what you said, the lawsuit's supposed to be you, Mayor Eddie Beckwood, and Mr. Vaughn. And you said that you had to pay out $9,000 for the lawsuit. No one gave you any money back. But that when you went to your lawyer told you that you could not get retroactive pay because he could not file a suit that was filed. Am I
It was
correct?
money out of my pocket, yes.
Money out of your pocket.
But I don't know why we're talking about all this
Oh,
right
because
now.
I'm coming to it, baby. The town is being raped. He said, okay, well, that's what he called your name. That's why I'm calling your names. Okay, that's why I'm calling your names right here. On a serious note, people, this town is being raped. Please open your eyes and see what's going on. I will not be intimidated. I will not be threatened. I will not go through the next 4 years going through this, but I will vote what is best for the city. And according to what I've seen, we don't have the revenues here because what we're doing, we're transferring money from the water company for salaries. We'll continue to transfer money from the water company for salary. And in the audit report, it tells us that there's so much money supposed to be left in each fund. And it's not being left there because we're transferring money.
It certainly is being left there.
Okay?
If you're gonna state the facts, state
Pass
it
me my
correctly.
audit report, please.
Why is it so difficult for her to get the forms that she's been requesting for years?
I have given them tons and tons of financial information. Really, I have. Over through the years, over and over and over.
In black and white?
Exactly. Printed it out, laid it out. If you reviewed it with them, I've gone over financial statements at council meetings. I've done all I know to do. I could do more for water and sewer, but it's true, I could bring more of that. But I have shared the finances of the city.
In this report, the city of Tallulah, the June 30, 2013. Reference number 12-L6, debt covenant restrictions. Original date of the finding. The finding originated in the fiscal year of June 30, 2010. The city does not have the appropriate funds reserved as required by the debt agreement. Before the city transferred funds from the water and sewer fund to general funds. It's in black and white, people. I wouldn't sit here and lie on them. Water and sewer fees are not established such that operating income is more than required, number 120% to 125 of next year's debt. The city did not provide information verifying the city complied with continued disclosures to the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board as required. I have everything that I said to you, I have it in black and white. This is not about Mr. Branch, people. I like Mr. Branch. This is not about, this is about the city of Tallulah and about the finances. And until we bring some of this stuff into control, we're gonna always be left on the bottom. And like I repeat, it's not about Mr. Branch. It's about two salaries, $60,000 apiece. You got two employees that make $60,000 apiece, and the chief of police does not make $60,000. Then his men make $8.50 an hour. I don't care how long you've been here. And the law says that the governing body can change the salaries of any person. The governing body can change those salaries. I don't care how many years you've been here. And if you don't like it, you can go home or find your job somewhere else. But let's be fair, people, with everybody. Like you said, Mr. Wells, if we're going to cut across the board. I'm willing. Because in the first place, the council didn't get that money right in the first place. I repeat, the salary for the council should be $500 because Mayor Beckford broke a tie and an ordinance, and that's not right. It's illegal, really. But if nobody catches it, what can you say? What can you say? And I speak for me tonight. You can take the $500. After I start reading this and start gathering information, and I found out all these things, I said, this is not right. This is not right. It's up to the council if they want to take a reduction. It has to go to a vote. But my vote is, yes, take the $500. And if it really comes down to it, people, I am a public servant. I would sit on this council for free because I don't only represent 5th District. People call me all over this town. All over this town. Black, white, it don't matter to me. People see me in Walmart. They see me do, Miss Hayden, will you do this? Miss Hayden, will you do that? People come to me to be police officers. I tell them, go call Mr. Guy and call Mr. Bond. We budget their money, but we can't even recommend to them who to hire. Am I right, Mr. Bond, Mr. Guy? Is that what I do? I send them to them. I can tell them, please hire you, but it's still up to them who they hire. That's what the law says. That's what the law says. We have an attorney here. He has given us some information concerning the ordinance about the person, what we didn't have in the ordinance for the mayor's salary. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. One of them, he said, the council did not vote to introduce an ordinance to reduce the salary of the elected chief of police. No, we didn't vote to reduce the salary. We voted to leave it as it was. It was never voted to reduce it. I didn't even consider reducing it. So we didn't have to, as far as I know, we didn't have to do that. And everybody up here that was here except Ms. Day, I don't think she was here, we agreed to leave it as it was. And this thing about the health insurance, I pay for my insurance at my school. I pay a percentage of my money. And it's always been, if you wanted insurance, that's a choice you make. That's a choice that you have to make. And I don't know about the health insurance and about the annual leave. When I read the audit report, people, and it said that was one of the findings because the late Mayor Beckwood, Mr. Vaughn, and Mr. Odom received leave money. Am I right, Jeff? They received some leave money vacation pay,
Vacation pay.
vacation pay.
2 weeks vacation pay.
2 week vacation, I got it here somewhere. And I read that. And I said, okay, since it's in the audit fine, let's clear up some of these fines. I got on my phone and I text Attorney Kenneth and asked him, let us clarify in the ordinance that, let's clarify in the ordinance that we, about the vacation time. I said, so when the ordinance come out, it will be correct. Let's clarify that. But he's corrected me. I cannot just tell him that. It would have to be the consensus of the board. But I did text him that. And at the same time, when I texted to him, I forwarded it to our mayor to make sure we were all on one accord. And I can say to you, Mayor Beckwith, I have enjoyed working with you. When I came to you and asked you, would you sit in your father's seat? You never hesitated. You said, Miss Hayden, do you really want me? I said, yes, I do. It has been an honor to work with you. I'm through.
Can I ask my 2 questions now?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Ms. Hayden, you said that you spoke with Mayor-elect Branch after the election. You said tonight that you called him several times, that he did not return the calls. Then just a few minutes ago, you said you spoke with him and he told you that he would take the pay cut. So did you talk to him or did you not?
That was prior to the.
Okay, wait.
That was prior to the election. Let me correct that. That was after the forum was over with, and someone called me and said that they had the forum. And I said, well, did you say that you would take? He said, yes, as long as it was designated to the police
Okay,
department.
Mrs. Hayden, at the June 12th meeting, you sat right there and said you hadn't talked to him, that you didn't know. You said that in front of this council.
Well,
You said, I wasn't there. I don't know what he said.
Wait a minute, that's not what I said. I said I wasn't there. I told you I was in Atlanta, Georgia.
No,
I-
Atlanta never came up.
Yes, it did.
No, it did not. No, you guys weren't at the June 12th meeting. That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
did say I wasn't there because I wasn't. Someone called and told me what had happened at the forum. Then they told me they did a poll on the salary. I was
But
not
you
there.
just told us that you haven't talked to Branch. Apparently, you've talked to him since the June 12th meeting.
And you're asking these questions to clarify what? What you
Say
want,
what?
what are you trying to answer these questions in reference to? To her saying that she lied or she
My
didn't talk
job?
to him? Okay, go ahead with your job, but you saying she lied or she didn't talk to him? I'm not understanding.
Okay, I'm not sure I was directing my question to you.
I'd like to
so-
You don't have to be-
entertain,
I mean,
I'd like to
I'm out
entertain
here.
a motion that we would exit, our public hearing and go back into our regular, session.
So moving second that we adjourn the public hearing and go back in the regular session. All in favor? Opposed? Now we're down to consideration of adoption of mayor's salary and the ordinance. Chair recognizes Attorney Kenneth.
What I want to clear up since a lot of legal opinion has been given. And I looked around the room, and I'm the only city attorney for Tallulah. So I represent the city of Tallulah, which is separate from, at times, the city council members. But the city of Tallulah is a public body, almost like a corporation. But it was said that the Honorable Teddy Beckwith Jr. had an illegal vote. And if you are not a lawyer, you may say things like that. But I have in my hand here a judgment where it was in a case called Gerald Odom versus the city of Tallulah, where September 21st of 2007, Judge Lancaster signed this judgment. This case was decided. And I'll read this to you now. This affected the city of Tallulah because the city of Tallulah was a party to the lawsuit. So it says, the plaintiff, Gerald Odom, filed a suit for a declaratory judgment in the instant action on May 10, 2007, defendant sued the city of Tallulah, filed an answer on May 23, 2007. The parties have had an opportunity to file memorandum arguments supporting their respective positions. The matter came to be heard in open court on Friday, September 21st, 2007. That was 2007. Now, I was not the city's lawyer in 2007. And I think that the Honorable Eddie Beckford Jr. was serving. Help me, Mr. Odom, is that right?
That's right.
Says after present now were as the attorneys Arthur L. Stewart, counsel for plaintiff Gerald L. Odom, and Samuel Thomas, counsel for the defendant, the city of Tallulah. After careful review, this is what Judge Michael Lancaster, and he still is on the bench, I'm reading from how he says it. Judge Lancaster says, after careful review of the facts and the law presented in this matter, as well as the arguments of both counsel, this court finds in favor of the plaintiff, Gerald Odom. This court specifically holds that in accordance with the provisions of Louisiana Revised Statutes 33, Section 405A1, and Louisiana Revised Statute 33, 406A1 of the Lawson Act, the mayor has the authority. The mayor has the authority. The mayor has the authority to cast the deciding vote on ordinance number 060701, where 5 council members were present, 2 voted in favor of the ordinance, 2 voted against the ordinance, and 1 member abstained. It is further ordered that the defendant shall pay all costs of court associated with this motion. Now, this is what the judge ruled, and this is what I think he's talking about, the very same ordinance that fixed the...
It's on the last page, the last
It's
page.
attached to this. It's attached to this. This is the ordinance that's being talked about as setting the salary. But it has here that the salary of the mayor, police chief, and city clerk. The mayor, $65,500 gross annually. This is what was before Judge Lancaster, what he was deciding, and about the vote. Police chief, $50,000 gross annually. City clerk, $65,300 gross annually. So this is still standing. I haven't seen what has changed. No one appealed it. And no one asked the higher court to say that this ruling was not good law. This is what backs up the payments being made. And this is a declaration that while you may have a different opinion, you're not a judge. The judge has decided. So the record will be clear. This needs to be spread on the minutes. So this is in the minutes too, a record like as Clark said, it's in the papers. You may disagree with it, but here it is. They had that clear. But we all are entitled to opinions, but I'm here just to